Today's video, I will be making a Amstrad computer. It'll be a Amstrad PC3086, and Amstrad was a computer company that made a lot of computers in the United Kingdom and in Western Europe back in the 1980s and 1990s. So this is the Amstrad PC2086. It was released in 1988. It uses the Intel 8086 16-bit 8 megahertz processor. The maximum amount of RAM you can have in this thing is 640 kbytes. It came with a VGA, standard VGA graphics adapter. Had 8-bit ISA slots, 3 slots, and 1 for the hard drive controller. Came with one 3.5-inch floppy disk, 720 kbytes. These are various models of the Amstrad XT or Amstrad IBM XT compatible computers. First one was released in 1986. It was called a PC1512. They all have 8 megahertz processors based on the Intel 8086, and the last model came out in 1990 as a PC5086, and this was also a based on the Intel 8086, which was pretty much outdated by this time. But it was a souped up 8086 coming with a VGA adapter. Pretty large hard drive for that era. You could use MS-DOS 3.3. In this video, I will be using MS-DOS 5.0 with VGA. And I will also be adding an ad-lib sound card to this. We'll see if this works or not. What you'll need is the PCEM emulator. I'm using version 17, which is right here for Windows. You'll need something called 7-zip to extract some of the files. You'll need a mouse driver, Microsoft Mouse 5.0 driver. You'll need a copy of MS-DOS 5.0 as well. I'll leave all the links for this in the video descriptions below, including the links to the Amstrad XT computer models. And there were other computers that used the Intel 8086, like the NEC PC-98. The first one used an Intel 8086, but as time went by, this computer evolved and it used better and better processors. Like I think it used up to a Pentium in the very late models. This computer line was upgraded, but the Amstrad line didn't really get a lot of upgrades, especially for this model. They may have come up with other Amstrad models, but for the PC98, it was upgraded time and time again. So let's start. So these are the specifications for the different hard drive specs for the Amstrad XT PCs. Today I'll be emulating this thing right here. If you don't have the BIOSes, you can download the BIOSes from here. You can download the BIOS pack, unzip it, put all the ROMs into this folder right here. And that's it. All the firmware files or BIOS goes right here. Just make a, you could just get the PCM files and set it to whichever directory you want. For me, I want to set it here. So let's start PCM. Just going to click on this to start it. I'm going to create a new machine. I'm going to call it 8086. PC3086. CPU that I'm going to choose is, or the chipset is Amstrad PC3086. The default is 8 megahertz. I'm going to add a graphical processor to it. I'm going to select a VGA graphics adapter. Select fast VLB PCI. No, actually, I don't think they had PCI back then. We'll just put 8-bit because it was an 8-bit graphics adapter. AdLib. Select that for that. I think it had 3.5, so 3.5 we're going to select IDE XT IDE. There was no CD-ROM back then. Make my hard drive, I'm going to make it 30 megabytes. Select fixed VHD. You could store this in whichever folder you want, it doesn't matter. I'm going to make a folder called 8086. Call it 30 megabytes c.vhd. You could name it whatever you want. For me, that's what I'm going to name it. Okay. I also want to create a secondary hard drive as well. This too will be 30 megabytes. It's a fixed size VHD. I'm going to call it 30 megabyte D VHD. Okay. Okay. Mouse is going to be a 2-button serial mouse. Okay. They have an Amstrad mouse. They have a mouse driver for that. Mouse driver. I get that. Okay, good. Got that. Good. So let's go back and change the mouse. Amstrad mouse. Good. Now I'm going to start the machine. Put shift right mouse click, move, kind of like out of sync. Just a little bit bigger, 1.5. Let me insert DOS disk to A drive. Enter. I'll be installing MS-DOS 5.0 my computer. All these settings are correct, yes. Let me go back. Okay. Okay. Select A drive again. I want to boot back into DOS so I can install it. So what it did before was booted into the hard drive and there's no operating system. Therefore it didn't work. Partitioning and formatting the hard drive automatically. It's formatting both drives, which is good. I don't have to use fdisk to do this. Okay, middle mouse click to get out of it. Change to disk 2. Press enter. Middle mouse click, change. Checked disk A. Press enter. I should be able to boot into MS-DOS 5.0, so I'm going to press enter here. Boot from the hard drive. Alt F. For some reason, the arrow keys don't work, so you have to press the number lock, and then you have to use a number lock, the number pad, to move the mouse, the arrows, and then exit here. So what I'm using right now, I'm using the arrow key right, it says 6. If I press arrow key left, it says 4. But when I use the number pad with the number lock off, I can move left or right with the arrow key there. So that's how you have to use it. Let me try to install the mouse driver first. Amstrad mouse. I'm going to insert this. There's no executable file to install that, so let me change the disk. Put in mouse, Microsoft Mouse 5.0. Make a directory called MD drivers. Copy the mouse file. Copy that. Go back to C drive. Eject that. D drive worked. Okay, good. See what I get. It's using the full space. Okay, 30 megabytes for both, which is good. Again, I'm using the number pad to move. I don't like DOS shell, so I'm going to get rid of it. Right here, I'm telling it to start the mouse driver every time I turn on the computer. So the mouse driver is in C drive drivers. And the file is mouse.com. That's the file I want to run. Alt F. Save. Alt F. Exit. Now when I restart the computer, I should have mouse. I should have the mouse enabled. And it's not going to be loading up DOS shell. Loading that. Mouse not found. Oh yes, I screwed up, haven't I? Gotta go back here. Gotta change the mouse to 2-button serial mouse. That's why it wasn't found. I was going to use Amstrad mouse, but I couldn't because I couldn't install it. Now let's see if it works. Enter. Okay. Now let's see if the mouse works. Okay, the mouse is working now. Yeah, so what I want to do now is I want to put some games in here or software and try it out. See how it works. I'm going to copy this link. Going to go to my computer management. Click on that. Go to storage. Go to disk management. Click on anything here. Just go to attach VHD. Browse. On Explorer, just paste what I put in there before. Open that. Okay. Now I have access to it in Windows, so I could put whatever files I want. Let's put some games in here. See what other type of games I have. Put that in there as well. Okay, that's enough. I'm going to eject this. Detach VHD. No longer connected to my computer. So now I'm going to go back in the PCM. Start that. If you want full screen, it's Alt Control page down at the same time. You could go here and get full screen as well. Toggle full screen. It's going to be a bit slow because this is a very slow processor. I don't even know if some of these games would even run. Hope it didn't crash. It's just a bit slow. That's expected. playable, but it's slow. Let's try Dexter. I just press the number lock key, number lock, and it seems to be stable. When I don't press number lock, it's all over the place. Get out of here. Run this game and see how it runs. It actually works. So I'm using the number pad. Move. The arrow keys don't seem to work. Wait. A bit slow there. Some lag. If I can play the game or not. Okay, that ran pretty well. Try BattleTech. This computer should not have any problems running BattleTech. It's playing the awesome PC speaker music. Okay, this game runs. Let me get out of here. Go to game setting. Quit game. Horrible PC speaker sound. Horrible. I don't have a joystick. It's asking for a joystick. Play the game. Okay. Go back. Alt Control page down to get to that. Let's shut it down. That's about it. So it does work. does play the games from 1987 to 1999, as you saw. It was a pretty slow machine. If you like this video, thumbs up the video, please, and thanks for watching.